Yes. So my name is Eduardo. I'm working as an energy advisor. I've been part of these projects that sort of has led to this initiative because it's really a tryout and we aren't really there yet. But I'm going to present energy work in the municipal kitchens or the production kitchens that we have, and this is all connected to the project that Mirella just presented as well. And so these are some of the targets that we have like nationally and locally. And the first and foremost one that we will probably not reach as well is the 2025 goal that the Umeå Municipal companies will be fossil free. And this goes for the kitchens as well. There are other ones as well. The one below with the power tariffs. It also comes down to these large kitchens because they are highly equipped and the power out in them are quite large as well. And so this is basically an energy layout for what a quick production kitchen here could look like. And they made a small survey, or rather a large report actually, on a national scale where they saw that comparing heat and electricity, the electricity part is quite huge in these production kitchens, and these numbers, they show you really what amounts they are. And if you're not working with energy, you could say that these are large power outs coming from like tunnel dishwashers, ovens, and so on. And that's because they need to provide a lot of food. And well, so basically this is the target. How can we work with the kitchens in some kind of a soft manner to work with the chefs and to work with the routines within the kitchens to change that and thus change the amount of energy that is being used. And if we go back a few years when I had my very first job as a sort of an energy consultant, the energy declaration that comes out of the Energy Performance Building Directive, it didn't apply for kitchens at all. So this is sort of an inheritage from that, because kitchens weren't a part of that survey. And so a large building like a school, they wouldn't count in the kitchen. And so BELOC, which is a network for energy efficient venues driven by the Energy Agency, they took out a report. This is just going back 2 or 3 years, where they realized that we need to look at these kitchens, we need to do something about it, and we need to find a way to work with the energy amount, because the actual energy amount in the kitchen could actually be larger than the amount in the other parts of the building, really. And so these are the four dots that they ABCD. The training for energy efficient behavior in the kitchen is super important, and this goes very close to the School Food for Change project, working with the chefs as well. Development design is very important, and you could say that the labeling for the energy declarations on equipment, it comes really from all the gears, all the products that has been driven forth. So what was formerly an A class or a C, former A class is now a C class. So this is really turning because a lot of things are happening on the market. Support in measuring and visualizing, this is not very common, but it's growing, and this is something that we're looking at now. And the support in procurement when you are doing this, because it really goes into, for example, myself, I only know some of the equipment and I only know the energy amounts. That is what I can relate to. But the chefs, they know how to use the equipment, what is sufficient, what is not, what is working, what is not, and how to build a routine on that. So sometimes when we had other projects, I recommended something that wouldn't work, for example, in the kitchen. So this is very important to have some sort of support with a know-how both in energy and how to cook. Not saying I can't cook, but I'm not a chef. So this is like a 10 years backtrack that led to this initiative. And as I said, we're not there yet, but it is a spin-off. So the X marks the spot. It sort of started with the E-Lighthouse and our former colleague Erik Eklund, when he started off with visualizing the amount of energy in one of our schools here. And I was working in the coaching part, the project that was below. So we were working with different type of restaurants here and also grocery stores, but specifically the restaurants and the work that Eric was doing, it led up to another project where we started working with a network, which resulted in a book, Food and Climate. and we were working with how to change well, first of just doing a survey in the kitchen. What are you using? What equipment? How much do you use in a year? And then trying to push it forward so that you could get some sort of starting point, because no one knew anything. It was like a black or a clean shape, really. And this is really the time when we're going back 2-3 years ago. That is when Belok and the picture I show you, they are starting to do this survey on a national scale where they are looking at kitchens and what amount of energy is being used. And then we have the School Food for Change project, and this sort of started off an idea that what if we could do something else as a spin-off together with the HYBES to just check if we could work with the energy related questions as well, and what can we do. So this led up to the X, and the focus is to target several municipal kitchens, and these are production kitchens. And early stage is that we spoke with the managers from the facility department and the sort of the food, would you say the food department, really, for the two parts. They are really the one managing the kitchens. And these are three targets that we set very early on, that just aim for twinning, because what we're doing is supposed to be able to replicate, and aim for the implementation, because we don't want to add work and we want to implicate it in what is already being done. So don't create more work, complement on the already accepted routines, sort of not to labor the ones that are already doing a lot. And these are the kitchen staffs, because they are really doing a lot, and they are doing a lot of other things than energy, like Mirella presented. And so this is the basic tryout, the coaching thing. So we have hooked up with another sort of consultant companies that has done this tryout in, I think it is like 4 or 5 other municipalities, and it's turned out quite well. So we wanted to try it here. So we are live feeding a connection with the sort of the local statistics or the local softwares that are measuring kitchens. And so to give you an idea, some of the new kitchens here in Umeå, they are not just, it's just not one cable in. It's really a lot of measuring on each plate, on each number, on each different type of product. So some of them we can really extract a lot of data from. And this is also the issue. That is why it has been delayed, because they have not been compatible, these systems. And then when we have done the sort of the statistics or the survey, we look at the routines, and the people that are doing this are actually chefs as well. So they would do some sort of coaching and feedback activity with the chefs. And we from the Energy Agency will be part of that and try to extract some info and share it as well within the HYBES project. And then we will look into changing routines within the kitchen staffs or together with them, and how can we do and how can we cope. And the expected results, or the hopeful results, is that the energy amount will be going down between 15 to 20%. And this is quite a large number because the kitchens are so large. And the power out, the effect tariffs that we are looking at, or that are upcoming in Sweden, will also go down. And these are numbers that come from the former new municipalities that has tested this. And of course, the knowledge and the new routines, we hope that they will be accepted, and that it will create like a new pattern, because a common pattern is just to enter the kitchen and put everything on, just everything, in case you need it. And to change that pattern will change the energy, the amount of energy being used. And then we will have some sort of knowledge sharing. And this was the idea that I presented on Ireland, that maybe if possible, we could extract information and share it with Wayne's project and what he's doing back home at your place. So that is really it. It's an initiative, and we hope it'll turn out well, and hopefully we can adopt it into the organization, and it will sort of be an ongoing process and a routine that can be kept, not just a project. So that is basically it.